Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is your girl Tysheen and I'm back with another video. How you doing? I hope you're doing great. Yes, what do Americans think of each other? I don't know. What do we think of each other? I don't know. Oh, people always make fun of us New Yorkers. You know, they don't like how New York look. They always criticize how dirty New York is. And they say how females here are rough, you know, how the way they talk, how the way they act. I don't know, stuff like that. They say that New Yorkers think they're better than everybody else. Or did I just make that up? I think I heard somebody said that before. I don't know. I've been to LA before. I used to live in LA. I used to live there for like a year. From my personal experience, a lot of them are like stuck up. I'm not saying everybody in LA, but when I used to live in LA, the people I was around, they just seemed stuck up. You know, everybody was acting like they was, you know, like they all that. and little fakeness too. Some of them could be a little fake. But yeah, I've been to other places, but I've been to Georgia. I used to live in Georgia, and people out there, I don't know how it is now, but years ago, people used to be like very friendly and nice. You know, I like the people out there in Georgia. Florida, I used to stay in Florida, but I didn't really live that long in Florida. But Florida, I don't know, people are cool in Florida too, so I don't know. I've never been to other places before. I've been to Texas. People seem cool out there too. I've met a couple of people out there in Texas, but that's it. But let's go straight to the video.
You'll get this one.
The beach.
Or you'll get this one. And green juice and non-dairy and Starbucks. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Hunter.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Shalyn.
Hey y'all, I'm Shannon.
Hello, I'm Ian.
Hello.
From the States.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know mine. I don't know everybody else.
No, because we love each other.
Yep, everything's great.
Yeah, everything's beautiful.
I feel like no matter where you go, other countries or even like different state, because of our country, America, the United States is so big.
It's
Even
a
in the same state,
Even
United States is very, very big.
the same state.
Yeah.
Everybody
New
is
Jersey,
Right.
New York are like
Inner city, outer city.
California.
like him.
Like me, maybe.
Oh my gosh, I love this question. Okay.
Just
It's
like
not,
that.
it's not untrue. I can't say
Can I
it's
point
wrong.
something out? How earlier when you were telling us like, oh, we're gonna do this, and he was like, oh, well, I only know about my state.
Yeah.
Very selfish. Like, oh, wait, well, I don't know about everybody else, but I know about my state.
Coming from New York. Coming from New York.
Not like the two most famous, like New York, California.
I feel like with California though, there's two like sort of interpretations that you'll get. You'll get this one.
The beach. Go surfing.
Or you'll get this one.
Valley Girl.
Where it's like
The male and
everything
female.
we say
Oh my God.
is super drama
Yeah.
for no reason. And green juice and non-dairy and
Starbucks.
Yes. But it has to be like gluten-free. 100%.
It's like,
I
I'm
feel
offended.
but I've met people like that. They exist. They exist everywhere.
But all the stereotypes I thought were true were not.
That's good. That's
I was
nice.
kind of like, I
What
thought it was
was
gonna be like
surprising?
Valley Girl and like Beach Boy, that kind of thing. And I was like shocked. A lot of people speak Spanish.
Right, it's so diverse. And
It's
California
very
is so
diverse. I was
diverse.
living in Torrance, which is more like Asian community too.
Right, right.
So, I don't know. I mean, the weather, that's
LA and New York is definitely New York City, I should say. That's just not New York, not the whole state, but New York City is very, very diverse.
accurate, but people aren't walking around like, oh my god.
Right, right. It's a very like select
gluten-free.
New York.
New York.
Accurate. Everyone says coffee, like
Coffee.
Not everyone.
I feel like
No.
Not everyone says it like that. I don't say it like that. Coffee. I don't say coffee. That's more like the Italians. They they pronounce certain words different than the New York Italians.
She's like, not everyone.
No, I was like,
Not everyone.
Not
I
everyone.
think New York is just as much of a melting pot. Like,
I would compare New York and California because there is a larger
I
amount
think
of
so,
like
yeah.
expats and like people who are like tourists and people who are visiting and also
like
people who are
counting New York
living.
City or
Yeah.
without New York
I think New York State as a whole.
I don't know like about you guys, but when I say New York, most people think city, New York City.
Of course.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
think about the state.
Never.
There are suburbs, like there are real suburbs in New York. Like that's where I'm
If
from.
you're from
It's-
like, New York, I think it's different. Like New Yorker, they're or from New York State, they're thinking differently than people from other states.
Yeah. So for example, when I'm talking to another New Yorker and I tell them, oh, I'm from Buffalo, and they're like, oh, that's not really New York.
Yeah, they think that.
I never say that. Because people don't talk about like upstate New York. So you know when you hear when people say New York, they're thinking of Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, those places. We're not thinking like upstate, like Buffalo and those other places. So yeah. But it's so crazy because people will say New York, they thinking the whole state. Like no, like it depends what you're talking about. New York City, like. Like Statue of Liberty, those places, and Brooklyn, yeah.
New York is very harsh.
Harsh.
they're direct. They're direct.
Yeah.
Very blunt.
They're freezing, so
They're freezing and they're just trying to go to work.
Yeah, we're very blunt. I don't have a problem with tourists. I just wish that sometimes when they come here, they could just move out the way because people here in New York have places to go. We don't have time for y'all to just be taking pictures. Like, get out the way. And a New Yorker will let you know, can you please get the hell out the way? We'll tell you.
Or crazy people on the street.
Get out of
Crazy people
here.
on the subway.
Being very loud.
Yeah.
Like,
That's very true.
Charismatic though too. Like,
I think there are a lot of moments where I correlate living in Seoul with living in New York.
I do feel like
that
there's an
feeling.
air of like slightly, and don't take this the wrong way, like there's a slight air of like this is kind of dangerous in New York
Oh,
versus
yeah.
Seoul. Yeah,
I've been
Like
living in New York
you're
City,
fighting for your life. You're fighting for your life.
but yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to live in New York, you better be tough. You gotta be tough because this city will eat you alive. Okay, gotta be tough here. If you want to live here, you gotta be tough.
I just
I
met
think so.
her and she was just using the most blunt words with me. I met her like 5 minutes ago and she was like, you lying. I was just like, do you say that to someone you just met? I just questioned their whole existence. So she had a lot of words for me and I was like, she from New York.
It depends on like if you say from Georgia or from Atlanta though.
They're very
like
different.
a distinction of it.
Savannah, Georgia.
Are you from Savannah?
But it's kind of like what we were saying with New York, where there's like New York City and then there's New York. You know what I'm saying? Like the vibe's a little bit different. Atlanta and
city.
then outside of Atlanta, like Charleston or Savannah or something, it's gonna be really different.
Sometimes if you just want to go to the next city over, like you have to go through like fields and like
City versus
it's
Yeah.
really very different. Yeah, you have to drive everywhere. I mean, sometimes oh no, oh no, I've been exposed. So I mean, it depends on who you are. It depends on age, depends on demographic, and all of those kinds of things.
like in Georgia, I heard in general they'll say like ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, that's very
a
southern thing.
Yes. Remember I said earlier, people in Georgia are very friendly and very respectful. Like when I was out there, I heard a lot of yes ma'am, yes sir. I hear that a lot out there. You're not going to hear that much in New York. People here in New York don't have no respect at all. But when you down there, yeah, you're going to hear a lot of that.
Southern hospitality.
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
do
you
that
go-
with my mom. So when she moms me, so she's like, Chelsea, you need to do this. And I was like, yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very respectful.
Or
Yeah.
like, thank you, man.
They use
you,
like
sir.
kind of
Have a good day.
endearing terms like darling or sweetie or honey.
It's true. It's a very
It
southern
depends
thing
who
to
it's coming
do.
from. If it's like a grown
true.
man that's like at my job or something, and if he calls me like sweetie, ooh,
It's because she's from the
I'm
South.
like, I don't like that. But if it's like an older lady and she's like, oh hey honey, I'm like,
yeah.
It's true. Even for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, honey. But the thing is that we realize sometimes it's not out of kindness, though. Sometimes it's a
it's
little
like a
petty.
contempt,
Yeah. Sometimes it's like backhanded. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, bless her heart. Sometimes we're meaning like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
more about Tennessee or Kentucky than I've heard about North Carolina. So, I mean, I haven't really heard a lot of stereotypes about North Carolina. I don't really know.
I will say, you need to know the difference between the three North Carolina. We don't really have hillbillies. Hillbillies are like West Virginia.
They're in
My
the hills.
accent is coming out.
I really don't know. Like,
Please
I really
explain.
don't know.
I think hillbillies come from the hills.
So, a hillbilly is going to be like,
That's a good thing. That's cool.
Listen, they've got like the jug and they're like, yeah, that's
It's a jolly
But a redneck is like my mom's whole side of the family is redneck for sure. Basically, a redneck is just like a good old country boy. Like they like take their dirt bikes through the mud and like go hunting and fishing and stuff like that. That's like a redneck. That's what we say is a redneck.
So someone who fishes and does biking.
Yeah, listen
Those
to
are
country
like.
music.
Why is it a bad stereotype? That's like.
I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's bad.
Which ones you run into?
We do have a lot of rednecks, but also I think North Carolina specifically is very diverse in like the type of people that are there. Like we have like big cities, but we also have like a lot of countryside, but we also have like the Outer Banks and beaches where you've got like beach bums and stuff.
Same.
So my dad is from Ohio, and he describes it as gray and sad. And this is his words, not mine, girl.
Maybe back in his day.
Yeah, so he left when he was 18 and never returned.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. We have a lot of Amish.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of Amish.
We have a lot of Amish, and they make
a
really
lot of
good
Amish.
food, like
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know? Oh, like pastries?
like in the fall season, people go over there for like to Amish country. Yeah.
Oh wait, is it really called Amish country?
Amish country. Yeah, Amish country.
Yeah,
My parents, they live in Amish country, so we would always get a lot of like things from.
Can you explain what an Amish person
Oh my
is?
gosh,
Yeah, for people
Amish
that
people.
don't know.
Okay, so that's really hard to even explain.
I think I know, but I'm not sure like exactly.
I would say it's very like classical, traditional, without like electricity.
Yeah, they're not using.
Yeah, Amish people are like people who they're not into the whole modern day technologies. So that's what Amish person is. They usually like to do things, for example, like they like to live a simple life, which I think is beautiful. Their life is just simple. It might most people it might be boring, but they live a very simple life. They're not into the whole modern day. They don't live in a modern day world. That's what it is. They stuff like the men wear like black and white, like white shirt and a black suit. That's all they wear, and they have a black hat. The females wear like like old gowns. That's what they wear. But yeah, their life is just simple. They don't live in a modern day world.
Like modern day things.
Yeah.
They have their own community and it's kind of separated from the general.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And they have their own system like in the community, and they use like horse and buggy.
They dress really conservative.
That's so cool, actually.
Yeah, it's really cool, and like I grew up in that kind of.
No, I was gonna say like they have the original like General Motors and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the industrial.
It's like the Rust Belt.
Yeah. That's what I would say. When I think of like.
I like that they don't say
Midwest.
that many bad things though.
We didn't know enough.
Everyone leaves. So we have nothing to say. Being sweet is a Georgia peach. I know that's right.
Girl, that's a very tangy peach. Very tangy peach.
Alabama.
Alabama.
I think if you're talking about Southern accents,
That's the
you're
strongest
typically
one.
thinking about an Alabama accent.
Louisiana,
like downtown. No, I can't do it.
In Alabama, they're gonna talk really slow, and everything's a little bit more drawn out, and the accent is a lot more heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
good.
like where I'm from, in North Carolina, my accent is a little bit lighter, but it's still definitely country. Can you hear the difference? Like one is really like
more
weighty
subtle,
and heavy. Yeah. But in Alabama, it's gonna be like deeper, and everything's a little bit more slow. Sweet home
Alabama.
And the movie Sweet Home Alabama is darling. I love that. So Florida is like, it's lovely to visit, but I think living there is a different story. And I say that because like it's incredibly overpopulated. So like all the horror stories you hear are true, but it's because there's so many people in a small area. Alligator thing is real. There's a big park called the Everglades National Forest,
the Everglades.
and it's a protected area that's literally filled with alligators and like water. Oh no, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice to go.
Yeah,
Like I've been to Florida a few times, and
you go hang out with
like I said, the swimming pool because I went to my aunt's
went there for track a lot.
house, and she had an alligator like in her swimming pool. And there's like some number you have to
Yeah,
call,
you just
and
call.
they like, come get it. And I'm like, that's it.
So my question is, how much of the Florida mess do you feel is from actual natives? Because in Atlanta, because of the film industries and a lot of other industries that are coming in, there are people from other states flocking in.
I definitely think it's
Yeah, I've heard that. I think that's the reason why a lot of people are moving to like Atlanta. I heard Atlanta is like the new Hollywood. That's what I've heard. The new, I should say the new black Hollywood. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, but that's what I've heard. Because with Tyler Perry, you know, he has like a big land of like, he has his own studio, movie studio, and it's huge, it's humongous. Like you'll drive for hours. Like that's how big his studio is. But a lot of celebrities, they're all moving over there now. A lot of them are from California and they're moving over there.
It's that because a lot like Florida is like a kind of a retirement state.
Right.
There's a lot of like older population there. Like a lot of people go there for because they think of it as like a vacation spot, so they go there to live there thinking it's Fantasyland, like Disney World or something. And it's all beaches all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a beautiful place for sure. But I think a lot of it is from outside people as well. Like
Right.
it's not all people Floridians. You know.
Some of it's pretty cool though. You know that guy that tried to walk across the Atlantic Ocean, I think? Have you heard of that? Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Like a bubble.
Very
yeah.
concerned
It's
where
amazing.
you get your information on a daily basis.
YouTube. You guys know YouTube? Yeah.
Florida is incredible.
That guy from California, he look lost. It's like he don't know much about other states. I guess because a lot of people who are from California, they don't care about other states. They don't care about their state. So he just sitting there just listening to all this stuff about other states. He just he needs to travel more.
Incredible.
Miami.
Like, yeah, Miami especially, but being so
Like
close
Cuban
to
people,
Cuba.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
being so close to Cuba. Like we lived in Fort Lauderdale, which is very southern tip of Florida, so there's a lot of that Cuban influence. But you get like Cuban coffee and like
Good food.
just like the music and like the
Yeah.
energy, like that
Right.
that Latin American influence is amazing.
I feel bad because I wish I could say more about Georgia, but it's changed so much over time,
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
But
It's
I
really
know a lot of
evolved.
people are moving to Atlanta. Like it's
Yeah.
a great place to live. So
I think it's important to mention also,
Don't
like
come
with
here.
all of our states, there's a lot of different opinions about our states from
Yeah.
our states. So
Disclaimer.
like, yeah, just
Right,
disclaimer
right.
there. Like, my opinion is going to be different from someone else from North
Same.
Carolina.
Yeah,
So,
everyone's so
huge
diverse.
state,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
diversity.
yeah, and
Right.
in the U.S., like everyone moves around a lot, so it's very diverse. So just putting that out there.
Sort of.
Yes, every state is different. Everybody's experience is different. Every state is changing a lot because people are moving a lot. It seems like nowadays people don't even stay one place nowadays. You know, it's not like back in the days people would just say, okay, I'm gonna live here forever. It's not like that no more. Especially this young generation, they don't stay one place. Everybody's just moving around.
Don't take my word for it.
Today we talked about different state stereotypes.
If you like this video, please leave a comment, like.
Yeah, but that was very interesting. I wish there was more people to talk about other states, you know. But of course, there'll be too many people there. But so comment below. Let me know where you're from. Do you agree with them? Do you like to share your experience? Comment below. I'll read them. I'll read your comments. I like to read people's comments. And make sure you check my other videos. And I'll see you lovely people. Take care. Be safe.